Welcome to another episode of The Brand Called You, a video and podcast show that brings you leadership lessons, knowledge, experience, and wisdom from hundreds of successful individuals from around the world. Today, I'm privileged to have a very successful entrepreneur from Dubai, Hassan Al Hazeem. Hassan, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be on the show.
Thank you. Hassan is the managing director of Intercoil International in Dubai. They manufacture polyurethane foam, furniture, and sleep products. His company is present in 22 countries, and he's a member of EO, which makes him a special bond with me because I'm a YPO.
Actually, sorry to interrupt. That as I mentioned in one of the emails that I did not renew with EU and YPO. Remember, I mentioned.
Okay, but you have been a member of EO.
I have been a member.
Wonderful. So, Hassan, tell me, in such a fascinating life with such a good business, what would you say are three key milestones in your life or your career?
Oh, well, actually, the first milestone, okay, let me first go backwards. I studied computer science in the US. Since I was a kid, I love technology and gadgets and computers. So I decided to study computer science, and that was from 1991 to 94. When I came back to Dubai, I did not work in IT. I worked in banking for 4 years. So I did not really apply my education in that time. However, I did do my MBA during the time I was working in a bank called Commercial Bank of Dubai. And I think I would say the first milestone was taking the leap of faith, as they say. In 1999, my father asked me if I would like to take over the management of Intercoil. And I was 26 years old.
Wow.
And that decision, I guess, is a milestone because it's a turning point in your life. Had I decided to continue as a professional, I would have probably a different career, different life altogether. And and I was only 26. I had no knowledge of manufacturing, no experience in business, except for my master's in business administration and my education, basically. And the experience in banking was good. It does help you in being in a large organization. But as I said, it was something new. The company was 25 years old at that time. It was established in 1974. Very outdated. We had previously other partners in the company. So my father, 2 years earlier to that, has bought their share. And the management of the company was not with us in the previous years. So it was, you can say, an aging, outdated company in many aspects. And for me, at the age of 26, to take on that challenge was was a big decision to take. Yeah. So that was, I would say, the first milestone, and it turned out to be a good decision anyway.
Correct. I'm sure.
As I said, it was a 25 years old company. The reputation of the business and the brand was not great in the market. So I had to work in all directions to turn it around, to reposition the company, to change the conversation with our customers from the product to more of the lifestyle about sleep, healthy sleep. And that I will bring it to the second milestone, probably with 2009, I guess I would say, was the first time where there was a major improvement in the profitability in the business by taking very important decisions in the year earlier. 2008, we had the financial recession, and there was a spike in raw material prices before the recession. During that year, we decided to completely review our pricing, especially for retail as well as our key customers. And that was a tough decision to take, knowing that we could be in a tough situation in case we lose any of these customers, or in case we lose our retail customers. So, however, it did pay off. In 2009, we had maybe one of our best years in terms of financial performance, and that made me think more on the direction of how can I sustain the profitability of the business. It was like a moment where I was proud and worried at the same time. The first reaction when my GM finally told me this is the profit for the 2009, I was oh wow. We had it. And while at the same time, I felt a bit of responsibility and worry that, okay, how can I maintain that and sustain it for the future for the sake of the, the shareholders, was, my family, it's a family business. or the employees, and that made me think more in the direction of sustaining the profit. How can we reinvest the profit in a way that we will become more efficient,
Correct.
and thinking more in a more strategic direction. And in 2014, we decided to rebrand our retail identity from Intercoil Gallery to the bedroom. We embarked on a very aggressive expansion plan for retail, because we felt that that's where we can make good margins, as well as the cash payment is of course much more favorable than sending credit to dealers and key accounts and so on. Now,
Interesting.
that decision, in hindsight, it put us in a tough situation in the following years, because things did not turn out as we expected. I mean, we had the war in Yemen in 2015, which affected government spending in the region. And the economies of the Gulf are driven by government spending.
Correct.
And in 2016, we had a major fire accident in one of our factories in the foam factory, Ras Al Khaimah. And then 2017, we had the Qatar blockade. So I would still consider 2014 a milestone, although it's not maybe a positive milestone, because it took me to a path that was a tough 3-4 years period. But I guess as entrepreneurs, we learn, and we have to fight back. We have to fight back. We have to stand on our feet, and we have to acknowledge the mistakes and the learning. And as I said, in hindsight, I think I could have done certain things differently. But again, the strategy, the idea, the vision was, I think, was the right vision. I mean, looking at retail and looking at the geopolitics maybe was not helping. The execution maybe could have been done in a better way. But I would consider it a milestone, because I think that period from decisions taken in 2014 and 15, and the challenges we went through in the following 3 years period or 4 years period will probably determine how I will mature as an entrepreneur, as a business professional going forward. I'm 46 years old now, and I feel that I've learned a lot over the last 3-4 years.
Fantastic. I'm just the reverse of that, huh? 54 years old. So.
Mashallah, you look much younger.
Okay. So, Hassan, now let's talk. I mean, I think I'm going to use this term for you as a sleep guru. Someone who knows sleep, someone who's built manufacturing mattresses. You must be doing a lot of research. What are some of the biggest sleep challenges people face?
I think we're in the age of technology, whereby we are, and I'm personally guilty of that. We are kind of addicted on our mobile phones and iPads, and especially mobile phones. Whether we watch series on our mobile phone, social media, the way we are constantly checking on social media, this deters us from having the right quality of sleep. And when you go to bed, you should be completely relaxed, unwind, or give yourself some time to unwind, and so you can have quality sleep. And I see it myself. For example, if I watch a TV series that is a bit intense before I sleep, I don't sleep well.
Okay.
It will take me maybe an hour or more than an hour to sleep, and then the quality of sleep is not good. So technology and the stress we go through, whether pre-COVID or after COVID, whatever the situation is, the stress and the technology, even complemented or compounded by technology, is, I think, one of the main negative impacts on our sleep patterns and behavior.
So, when I'm looking for a mattress, and you are, as I said, our sleep guru, what should I look for in a good mattress? I mean, Intercoil is a great mattress. What should I be looking for?
So the two main things is the support and the comfort. I mean, support is universal. I mean, any mattress you should buy should be supportive regardless. Otherwise, you're not getting the value of the mattress. So support in terms of ensuring that your spine is maintained in the right shape, in the S shape, and it should not be too firm. It should not be too soft. But comfort is very personal. I mean, that's why when friends ask me for recommendation, I ask them that I give them 3 or 4 models in our range that are good models, and I maybe tested myself. But at the end of the time, it's up to you. You have to go to the store and lie on the mattress and try it out, because comfort is very personal.
Very personal. And some people will probably want a firm mattress. Someone wants a soft mattress, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, of course, there are certain misconceptions in our region, whether in the Gulf or India or in India. There is a misconception that you have to sleep on a hard mattress, like as hard as the floor, for it to be quote unquote medical or orthopedic, and that's definitely not true.
Okay.
I mean, actually, if you sleep on a very hard mattress, it can hurt you. I mean, it can inflame your back. So there are certain misconceptions, but otherwise, it's very much a personal preference.
Very interesting. And my next question to you is that once I've purchased a mattress, how often do I need to change my mattress?
It depends again on the durability of the mattress and the quality and the warranty extended by the manufacturer. But in my opinion, you should not stick to I mean, because some people will wait until the mattress is totally collapsed,
yes,
and not functioning at all, to change their bed and mattress. But in my opinion, that the moment you don't feel that you're getting the same quality of sleep on the bed, on the mattress, you should replace it. And it's we spend 1/3 of your lives, as we always say, sleeping. So it's an investment worthy product.
Absolutely. So Hassan, tell me, when you took over the business and you grew it, you're now in 22 countries. What have been some of your challenges as you have scaled up across the entire Middle East?
Sure. Frankly, you have cost of capital, cost of finance is in our region. I mean, especially for a medium SME company. I grew the business from, you can say, $3 million revenue company to around, we have reached in our peak around $40 million in revenue. So, so the cost of finance has been or finance itself has been one of the challenges. Other than that as well, regulations and going into different countries, although we're supposed to be one region, whether it's the Middle East or the Gulf, and you still had challenges going into different countries with respect to the ownership, with respect to even setting up bank accounts. Legalities and regulations has been as well impeding expansion, growth, and plans, and the talent, finding the right talent, and wherever they go. Operationally, I think one of the learning is that, even though again we're one region, let's say, the language, uniform language, and so on, but still every country has different preferences in terms of people, what marketing techniques work, and what doesn't work, or the message that you should communicate differs from one country to another. So we have to adapt. Basically, we cannot expect whatever has worked for us, let's say in the UAE, to work for us in Saudi or in Egypt or in Lebanon or in Jordan. And again, that's one of the lessons that we've learned as we grew.
Very interesting. You're also in the furniture business.
Yes.
Tell me about this furniture business, and tell me, where do you get your design inspirations from?
Sure. We do bedroom furniture. So in the past, when I took over the management of the company they were doing everything. We're doing mattresses, furniture, sofas, curtains, even wedding. The what do you call it? The stage, not the stage, but with the bride and groom, they will sit. So one of the things I done at that time is I wanted to specialize. So the first thing we specialize in beds and mattresses, and that's it. And then once we felt that we are actually getting the leadership position in that, in terms of product, technology, technique, and then we started again complementing the beds and mattresses by doing bedroom furniture. And that's other than one of our purposes is doing the PU foam. So I believe in specialization. I believe in being only in products where you can actually add value and be different. And in terms of bedroom furniture, how we have distinguished ourselves, and in terms of design and in terms of a product, is that we offer our customers the opportunity to personalize and customize their products. So We have our own standard designs, and we have an in-house design department. They're inspired by functionality of what customers want, as well as the design element and the lifestyle element in terms of the local taste in every country, whether the UAE or Saudi. Like for example, in the UAE, the Emiratis, they like large headboards that will actually be more like kind of a paneling, like more of as if it's a piece of decor rather than just a headboard. So we do like maybe 3 by 3 meter headboards.
Wow.
Again, adapted our furniture design to match the taste and the local taste, and we do and having this comparative advantage of having a full-fledged furniture department, carpentry, upholstery, painting with the latest machines in CNC and so on, give us the edge over competition on providing customers what they want, and giving them the ability to add their touch, whether they choose the fabric, they choose the paint color, they choose the final touches in the design. We do for them the design, and they can modify it if they need to. So I believe that has kind of given us the comparative edge and this field.
Okay. So, now coming to some questions for you, you run such a large enterprise. What would you say is your leadership style?
I try to be, and I'm in certain cases I'm hands-on, and in certain cases I'm a bit hands-off. So I try not to be too hands-on, but I do get into details. But I remember the first time we applied for Mohammed bin Rashid Business Excellence Award. I came up with a term 3D concept, which is something I'm trying to implement for a long time. It's not easy. Basically, decentralize, delegate, and recruit people who are self-disciplined, decentralize and delegate.
Okay.
I'm not saying I did perfect that. To the contrary, I haven't been able to implement it effectively, but it's something I believe in, and I'm trying to improve on.
Fabulous. And when you look at your business and the way you built it from the time you were 25, 26, what are some of the core values you have believed in for your business?
I believe in building a brand, frankly, and especially in manufacturing. I mean, again, when I took over the management of the company, I was not happy with the fact that we're a 25-year-old company and we were not the leader in the region at that time. And I was not happy with how people undermined the importance of mattress. I mean, people will spend tens of thousands of dirhams or dollars on a furniture item, but not on a mattress, because it's not something that they showed off to their friends when they come home. So I believe in building the right culture. I believe in building the brand. Otherwise, if you are just building a product, you're competing with, you're commoditizing your product. You're competing with everybody else in the world. So you need to have your own identity, which is why, for example, from a long time ago, we were involved in corporate social responsibility initiatives. We won the Dubai Chamber CSR award for 7 consecutive years in a row.
Amazing.
We won Mohammed bin Rashid Business Excellence Award, Dubai Quality Appreciation Award, many awards that contributes to building the right culture, building the brand, building a strong Guinness World Records. We have 3 Guinness World Records. So I believe in the value of brand and the value of culture and lead by example.
So tell me about your Guinness record. This is very interesting.
Yeah. The first record was in the year 2000. It was 1 year after I took over the management of the company. I wanted to do something that will have a big impact in terms of marketing impact. And I had limited resources. I didn't have the marketing budget to spend hundreds of thousands of dirhams on advertising or PR. So that was, I think, the best idea, to build the Guinness World Record mattress, which cost has less than 100,000 dirham, I suppose I recall. And Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, at that time he was the vice deputy ruler of Dubai, and he's now the ruler of Dubai. And he has visited us in the site of the Guinness records. There were other records also on display, but And he asked me, I'm very proud of this photo because it was Sheikh Mohammed looking at me with his arms crossed, and
Yes.
I think he with pride, like that. I'm a young gentleman, and so he asked me why did you do that? I see all the people around the mattress, all your team, they're happy, and I said I wanted to have a team collaboration project that will make them feel they're part of a bigger objective than just building mattresses every day. It was, and he was very happy with that answer, and that was truly my answer. And
Fantastic.
then in 2010, we built the Guinness biggest bed, base and mattress, and that was 12 meters by 14 meters.
Incredible.
So the first one was 8 by 10, and the second one was 12 by 14, and it was bed, base, and mattress. So again, there was another objective which shows our advanced expertise in terms of construction, because I mean that was a truly a fully functioning bed. And we had a photo of, at that time we were a bit less than 200 people in the company. We had a beautiful photo of everybody sitting on the bed.
Amazing.
An aerial photo. So it was a functioning, it did not collapse. So we had so many layers of spring, so many layers of wood, foam, and then we converted whatever material we used to smaller mattresses, and we gave it to charity. The third record was in 2017, I think. I can't remember. 2010. Oh my God, I'm getting old. It was Guinness longest human mattress dominoes. That was more of a fun, record.
Fantastic. So I've got time for one more question for you now. Sure. And I was debating what to ask you, but I'm going to ask you, as someone who started as a young entrepreneur at 25, 26, for the thousands of people who will listen to you and watch you, what would your advice be to a young entrepreneur who's starting off on their journey in life like you did?
See, as you know, as an entrepreneur, it's as they say, the life of an entrepreneur is a bit lonely. Yeah, it's lonely up there, as when they say that. So, in my opinion, you have to be persistent. You have to be relentless. You have to be, have faith and in your vision. But you have to surround yourself as well with the right people. What I regret is not investing more in the right people early on. Frankly, one of my regrets is not investing early on. At that time, my mentality was I could not afford to hire the right people, so I will hire what I can afford. And I wish I did not do that. And we are a bit emotional in our region, whether in India or in GCC. I mean, it's amazing how the Indian culture and the Arabic culture is very similar. We are a bit emotional, and that's why we tend not to hold people accountable as we should in our business, especially people who have been working with you or your father or your in the family for a long time. We are a bit soft on accountability, and we let our personal relationship with our team influence and overshadow the professional relationship, this is quite a different culture than, for example, the American corporate culture or the American business culture.
Yeah,
and that's another
interesting
mistake, I think, or rather problem that I think I should have. If I go back in time, I should have done things differently in this respect.
Interesting.
And
very, very interesting.
As I mentioned earlier before the offline, that I have now a mentor, Mr. Salim Basoul, who I'm very blessed to have in personally and professionally. And I think if I'm a young entrepreneur, it would be great to have a mentor and or a business coach as well. The coach and the mentor are two different roles, but when you start young, I think it's great to have a mentor and coach. And maybe even if for example, in my case, I started at the age of 26. My father passed away one year later, so I didn't have my father to guide me in business. But I think even if you have your father is alive and maybe can guide you in business, the relationship between an entrepreneur and the mentor and coach is different than it is with your father.
Very well said. Very well said. Hassan, thank you so much. It's been such a
Thank
pleasure
you.
speaking to you.
It's
I
my
wish
pleasure
you,
and my honor.
Intercoil, and everything you're doing, lots of success.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. I wish
Thank
you the
you.
same.
Thank you.
Hope we meet in Dubai soon.
I hope so
in
too.
person.
Thank you again. Thank you for listening to the Brand Called You videocast and podcast, a platform that brings you knowledge, experience, and wisdom of hundreds of successful individuals from around the world. Do visit our website www.tbcy.in to watch and listen to the stories of many more individuals. You can also follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Just search for the Brand Called You.